Digital world, data analysis is an essential skill for almost every profession and industry. TTSP Tech Center has partnered with Wawiwa to create a comprehensive data analyst training program that will help enhance the analytical capabilities of professionals in any field. The program is designed to equip participants with the skills and knowledge they need to become proficient in data analysis and use it to drive growth, uncover insights, and make informed decisions. Through the program, participants will gain an understanding of the fundamentals of data analysis as well as advanced techniques for working with large datasets. They will also be given hands-on experience so that they can apply their new skills in real-world scenarios.
Good afternoon, aspiring data analysts and tech enthusiasts. The data analytics industry is not just a buzzword. It's a global phenomenon, a revolution in how we understand and interpret the world around us. It is where raw data turns into actionable insights, where patterns and trends reveal themselves, and where decisions are made with precision and foresight. As we gather here today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special reason also to celebrate. This marks the culmination of the first cohort of data analytics students from TTSP Tech Center. Of course, an incredible milestone. Our graduates are equipped with the skills and knowledge to navigate the data-driven world and make a significant impact. But we're not stopping there. We're setting the stage for the next generation of data analysts, and we invite you to be part of this journey. So how's everyone's doing? I do hope all of you is enthusiastic today. By the way, I am Edwin, and I will be your program moderator. So relax, everybody, and enjoy during the course of our discussion. So for today's event, you'll have the chance to first explore the exciting world of data analytics. Second, learn about the opportunities this field offers. And the third one is meet our talented graduates and hear their testimonies. And lastly, of course, you have the chance to connect with experts and fellow enthusiasts. As we embark on this journey, let's remember that data analytics is more than just a number. It's a catalyst for change, innovation, and of course, its progress. So everybody, to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for all, here are a few guidelines. Please ensure to type your name to name plus company name by clicking the participants icon. Please do so, everybody. Again, please ensure to type the name, your name, and then your company name by clicking the participants icon. The host automatically muted the participant's microphone. It will be unmuted until you are selected by the moderator to participate in the discussions. And of course, if you would like to message the moderator or to me or the host, or would you like to ask a questions to the speaker during the event, kindly select the chat icon and enter your message in the chat box. And I would like to request also everybody to please keep individual questions brief, of course, to ensure as many guests as possible can participate in the discussion. And during the call, please let the host or moderator know if you are experiencing connectivity issues or poor call quality for us via the chat icon. And we would like to inform everyone that after the event, an editorial write-up of the discussion will be produced with quotes not attributed to any individual or company, and solely for the purpose and this piece. The TTSP Tech Center reserves the right to upload the recording on its website or social media platforms. Okay, I hope everybody doing and following our guidelines. So kindly ensure first that you type your name plus company name. Everybody, please. Just click the participants icon and you can do that one. Okay, now let's dive into the world of data analytics together. Everybody, welcome to the virtual open day where knowledge meets opportunity and your data analyst journey begins today. And to begin with, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and privilege that we introduce our distinguished president, wherein his leadership has been instrumental in guiding the organization to remarkable heights. He is a result-oriented and decisive leader with extensive management experience in the field of high-value manufacturing, design, engineering, and the technical services for a little over 30 years now. He is internally driven to pursue goals and objectives through execution of both an established and a newly formulated strategy. He has been able to successfully address various organizational issues with sound judgment and effective decision-making skills. He is indeed an engaging communicator who continuously expands his networks, promotes fruitful partnership with other decision makers. Today, we are pleased to hear him share his insights and vision with us during this virtual open day of data analytics. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in extending a warm virtual welcome to Engineer Seismundo Exaltacion Jr., the President of Tunisia Technical Services Philippines Incorporated. Sir, the virtual floor is yours to inspire our future data analysts.
Thank you very much, Edwin. To our partners from Wawiwa Tech Israel, Mr. Oded Israeli, Chief Marketing Officer. If Ms. Leia Mansour is here, the Vice President for Business Development. Mr. Dor Yerushalmi, the Wawiwa's Education Operations Manager. My colleagues in TTSP and also TTSP Tech Center, our esteemed speakers, our mentor, Ms. NN, representative attendees from various companies, enrollees, and soon to be enrollees, friends, ladies, and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to our virtual open day for the second cohort of the Data Analyst program offered by TTSP Tech Center. The past 3 years, the world and situation that we have been through were indeed very challenging. And I'm sure that we have realized and learned many things. Everybody has been affected, although with varying degrees of vulnerabilities. The pandemic economy has made a handful of winners and many losers to both people and businesses. We have learned that agility is vital to survival, whether for employment or business continuity. Moving forward in this post-pandemic economy, we need to think about better ways of doing things, specifically in our business operations. The time has come that we all need to adapt to new and better ways of enabling. We must explore innovative approaches to equip ourselves with the necessary skills to excel in this transformed environment. This is where the concept of technical reskilling and upskilling comes into play. In our pursuit of resilience and relevance, it is essential that we invest in ourselves and in our workforce. We need to embark on a journey of continuous learning and development to stay ahead of the learning curve. Technical reskilling and upskilling programs are instrumental in achieving this goal. This would empower individuals to adapt to the changing demands of the market and even to customers' behavior. So in the face of rapid technological advancements and the growing influence of artificial intelligence, where traditional job roles are evolving at an unprecedented pace. Data analysts, for example, will experience a significant impact due to AI. While some may fear job displacement, AI will, in fact, create new opportunities for data analysts. The ability of AI to analyze vast data sets swiftly and accurately would augment the capabilities of data analysts, enabling them to extract deeper, more meaningful insights that will drive business growth and competitiveness. It enhances the importance of data analysts, not merely as data gatherers or processors, but as contributors of higher value in decision-making and strategy formulation. I believe that collaboration, cooperation, and engagement must not only be confined with business organizations, but will also be extended to the broader ecosystem, including government, industry, and the academe. Meaningful partnerships and linkages facilitate the exchange of knowledge and expertise, fostering an environment conducive to growth and innovation. So it is in this context that we remain in TTSP excited to inform you about our continued partnership with Wawiwa Tech of Israel, the startup nation, as we carry their globally recognized data analyst program in our community. This is our way of staying true to our intention of enabling Filipinos to quickly adapt to what is emerging, to be ready, to remain relevant, and to be attuned to this world of digital transformation. So let us embrace the imperative of upskilling and reskilling to fortify our human capital. Let us harness the potential of AI to augment our capabilities, particularly in the field like data analytics. Your added knowledge and skills in data analytics and your becoming adept in using its associated tools are not just your competency enablers, but this could be your ultimate life changer. Becoming a data analyst or having skills in data analytics will undoubtedly aid you in creating a better career, a better life, and a better contributor to your organization. So I trust that you will find compelling reasons to upskill and reskill yourselves through this program and be equipped to take on digital-related roles across various industries, both local and international. Thank you, and may you have an insightful afternoon ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that very inspiring message on this open day of the Data Analyst program. Indeed, your words of encouragement and support mean a lot to all of us who are embarking on this educational journey. Your leadership and vision are truly appreciated, and we look forward to making the most of the opportunities presented, of course, by this program. Thank you again, sir. So is everybody okay? Are you ready to start our discussion today? So ladies and gents, we are honored to introduce our esteemed speakers lineup for today's virtual open day of the Data Analyst program here at TTSP Tech Center. Each of our speakers brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the world of data analytics, making this event an enriching and insightful experience. I know that you are all excited, so let's get ready for an enlightening and informative session. Let's go. So let's have first topic for today's discussion. It's about from Israel to the world, Wawiwa Tech help shape tech careers. So we are honored to introduce our guest speaker, a true luminary in the world of marketing strategy and product management with an impressive track record spanning over 2 decades. With more than 20 years of experience, Mr. Oded's expertise extends across a broad spectrum from large enterprises to innovative startups. The Chief Marketing Officer at Neuro, a pioneering company in video collaboration and online learning platforms. Previously, he held the position of Vice President of Marketing and Technology at Mindspace, a global leader in co-working solutions. Mr. Oded's strategic insight led him to the role of Vice President of Marketing and Strategy at Visualid, a company acquired by the industry giant Alibaba. His illustrious career also includes. Notably, Mr. Oded served as the Chief of Staff for Amdocs CEO, demonstrating his exceptional leadership and organizational skills. Consulting group. And Mr. Oded entrepreneurial spirit shines through as he founded a web development and design company, showcasing his passion for web programming and graphic design. Academically accomplished, he holds LLB and LLM degree as cum laude from Tel Aviv University and an MBA from the renowned INSEAD Business School spanning France and Singapore. Today, Mr. Oded Israel joined us as our esteemed speaker, sharing his invaluable insight and experiences. His journey is a dynamic field of marketing and strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving Mr. Oded Israeli a warm virtual welcome. Mr. Oded?
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you for the warm introduction. Makes me feel very old, to have been in all these places. But today I'm here with you as the Chief Marketing Officer of Wawiwa Tech.
Yeah, but it's a great achievement you do have.
TTSP's partner for reskilling and upskilling. And let me share my screen and tell you a bit about the country of Israel, where we come from, and about Wawiwa Tech as TTSP's partner, and also the organization that would give you the lifelong alumni membership if you join the data analyst program at TTSP. Can you hear me well, Edwin?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
Good.
The second, let me share the screen. Okay, so thank you for the warm introduction. I would mention that today, everything is about data. You know, when I'm managing the marketing of Wawiwa Tech and other organizations, data-driven decisions are everything. We need to know what are the results of advertising campaigns. We need to know what is the impact of different marketing initiatives that we undertake. And my love for data started at the Boston Consulting Group as a strategy company that is based on data-driven decisions to get all of the data that accumulates in an organization and turn it into insights for management. Wawiwa is on a mission to reskill the world to tech. That means that we partner with different training centers and universities around the world, and we help people like you that come from very diverse backgrounds. You can be marketeers, you can be finance people, you can be operational people, you can come even from teaching or from gardening, it doesn't matter. If you come and enroll on a Wawiwa powered program at TTSP, we'll give you all the information that is needed, knowledge, tools, and skills in order to become a job-ready professional. And in today's case, a data analyst in the tech industry or any other industry. And we're doing that around the world. In addition to TTSP in the Philippines, we have partners in Israel, in Australia, France, Japan, Romania, Sri Lanka, and many other countries. And we bring the best know-how and the most up-to-date standards from the global industry, and specifically from Israel, which you might know is a very small country in the Middle East, but it's dubbed as the startup nation. And I will tell you, it's also the big data nation because we love data in Israel. So a bit about Israel, if you haven't heard about Israel. So some amazing facts about the country. We're the #1 in the world in startups per capita. We only have 9 million people living in Israel, but we have over 18,000 active startups. And we're also the #1 in R&D employee rate. So we have the most software engineers per capita in the world. And we're also #3, an absolute #3 in NASDAQ listed company, meaning companies that are traded in the NASDAQ stock exchange in New York after the United States and China. And Israel, as a home for thousands and thousands of startups, has brought a lot of innovation into the world. And some of the companies that grew in Israel and became large enterprises, you might have heard about, like Checkpoint, which invented the first firewall, or SanDisk that acquired the Israeli technology for disk on key that we all put in our computers to transfer data. And Waze, if you use Waze for navigation from one place to another, it's another Israeli company that was acquired by Google. And there are a lot more examples of Israeli technology that became global standards and global companies around the world. But also in data, the startup nation has figured out that data is the new oil, if you would like. And some of Israel's data companies are the most successful in the world and have raised dozens and hundreds of millions of dollars in VC funding. Some were already sold. For example, Datorama was sold to Salesforce. And I would say that any company today, any startup today, even if it's not a pure data company, is based on data and analytics of data. And as President Segundo mentioned, the analysis of data using AI in order to bring forward its value. So data is the new oil. And I would like to congratulate you for taking the first step to learn about TTSP's Data Analyst program and to welcome you to this program, which you'll be very fortunate if you'll enroll. Let me share a small introduction of the program by Talia Morchi. Talia is the head of the program at Wawiwa. We show with sound. She's the head of the program in Wawiwa, and she oversees all the global programs around the world. You'll, of course, have Anne, talented Anne here, who's here with us on the chat to be your local program trainer, and we'll hear from Anne soon. But I want you to hear from Talia, the head of the global program, about the Data Analyst program.
In today's digital world, data analysis is needed in every industry and almost every profession. Wawiwa's Data Analyst program is an international one, taught in many different countries and designed at the highest professional level to accommodate the needs of the industry for job-ready data analysts. During the program, you'll get data superpowers. You'll be able to collect and control large amounts of data and play with it as you please. You'll gain a laser vision skill that is super useful for any job, for finding exactly what you need and what is important. You'll be able to make sense of what drives the business forward and to make an impact, fast. This program not only teaches you the topic of data analysis, but also develops the skill you need, lets you experiment with a lot of hands-on practice, and helps you find a job after graduation. If you're passionate about data, numbers, and discovering insights, this program is for you.
Okay. Okay. So, and Wawiwa's programs are built using a very proprietary methodology that we've developed in Israel that we call JET design. JET stands for Job Effective Training. Essentially, what we're doing in order to create training programs that reskill people, even with no experience in tech, into tech professions in high demand, is that we first take a look at the market and see what jobs are really needed at the market. And as you've heard in the video and also from Edwin, there's a huge demand for data analysts around the world. So we take a job in high demand like data analyst, and we ask ourselves, what does the industry need of people in this profession? What are the common requirements of all the job descriptions that companies publish when they recruit for data analysts? And then we reverse engineer the curriculum and the exercises and the projects in order to create a program that is long enough in order to equip a person with no experience into a job-ready professional for this profession to meet the industry demands, while it's also as expedited as possible. We're not talking about an academic degree of a couple of years. We're talking about a 6-month program that will give you all of the knowledge and all of the tools and all of the skills in order for you to be able to apply to data analyst jobs in the industry, or if you already have a job, to upskill yourself so that you have data analysis superpowers and you'll be able to execute your job much better because you'll be able to harness all the data in your organization in order to make effective decisions. So this is a bit about the JET design methodology. And if you look at the job role of a data analyst, what does a data analyst do usually in a company? So it's a science of collecting data in order to make decisions and inform insights about that information. And the data analyst extracts information from various sources, and using data modeling, it performs all kinds of analysis that you'll hear more about in the tools section of this open day. And those insights are informing management in order to make better decision-making that is based on existing data and based on predictions of future data. And the day-to-day tasks of a data analyst may include the collection of data from different sources, the dissecting of data to get rid of irrelevant information, analyzing and interpreting results using statistical tools, identifying trends and patterns and new opportunities, and drawing up reports and visualizations in order to present the data in a logical manner that helps management take decisions. So I hope this gives you a sense of the job role that you're going to train for. And a bit about the program, as I mentioned, it's not only it's not only lectures. You'll get much more in a Wawiwa powered program at TTSP. You'll have the frontal lectures that are live with the trainer. You'll be able to ask any question, and the trainer will confer to you all of the knowledge and skills, both hard skills in specific tools and soft skills that you need, like presentation skills, in order to be great at the job of a data analyst. And you'll also learn how to use the tools and how to have the basic knowledge to take a data analysis project from start to finish. And during the program, you'll also build your own portfolio that you'll be able to present to potential employers, saying, you know, I've taken this large data set, and this is how I cleaned up the data. These are the tools that I used to model it. Here are the insights and the queries that I ran in order to get to insights. And here is the presentation that I created in order to present my insights to management. So it's not only about teaching you, it's also taking you by the hand, making you practice a lot, making you deal with data, making you use the tools in order for you to be ready to hit the ground running when you apply for a new job or when you apply those new superpowers in data in your existing job. And if you don't already have a job, TTSP is committed to help you find a job in data analysis in the Cebu area or in the Philippines. And we do that through helping you with reviewing your CV, giving you job interview simulations as part of the program, and exposing you to potential employers. And we have a very strong collaboration with potential employers and industry leaders in Cebu and around the Philippines. And I can assure you that over 70% of our graduates find a job in their new profession within 2 months of graduation. So if you're lucky and you already come with an existing job, that's great, and you'll feel how you benefit your employer much more, and you do your job in a much better way because you use the data that is available in your organization. But even if you come and you don't yet have a job in the tech industry and you're an aspiring data analyst and you want to find a job in the Philippines, around the world in this profession, rest assured that you'll get all the tools that you need, and you'll also get professional help in finding a job right after graduation. That's it from me, Edwin, and I'm here to take any and all of your questions. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Oded. We just had an insightful discussion about how Wawiwa Tech is transforming tech careers. Now it's time to hear from each of our participants. If they have questions, maybe they can chat that in our chat box. Let's see if they have. So everybody would like to encourage everyone. If you do have questions, please do type in the chat box so that we can read this and we can address this one to Mr. Oded.
You can write the questions on the chat, and let's move forward to the next presentation, and we might take the answers later.
Okay, let's give them a few minutes just in case, or just in case they're typing it right now. We do have a question here, Mr. Audit. This one. With the fast changing trend in AI technology, won't learnings as data analysts this year become irrelevant within 2 years' time? If so, how can this be mitigated?
Okay, so it's a very good question, and I'm, as my intro, we skipped through it, but I'm an AI fanatic over the last year. Remember that AI, is there for decades, but it got a huge leap with the introduction of ChatGPT. And specifically in ChatGPT, there's a specific built-in data analysis plugin that is amazing in its capabilities. But what I can tell you is that AI will not replace us, not in a year and not in 2 years. But people who know how to use AI in their professions, be it data analytics or marketing, will be the ones that replace people who do not know how to use AI. So the most important thing that you need to do these days as professionals is also to upskill yourself in AI in your respective professions. Wawiwa programs are always kept up to date. So our data analyst program in this second cohort that you're going to join already includes an entire model about using AI for data analytics. And for the coming years, there still needs to be a human in the middle, someone who operates the AI, infuses the data, and knows how to use AI in order to do the data analyst job better and faster with AI. But I can tell you that also AI is still new, it's still prone to troubles. And if you don't understand what the AI is doing in the background, and you won't be able to validate the answers that you get from AI, then maybe you'll be misinforming the management and making the wrong decisions. So in the coming years, my personal assumption is you gotta know AI, you gotta use AI, but at the same time, we're still producing, all of us and all of the organizations, immense amounts of digital data. There's a need to process this data, and there are going to be humans that are needed in order to analyze this data and to use AI also for the analysis. So the jobs are not going anywhere. They still need people to be, to fill them, and those people might as well be equipped with AI skills, which you'll get in TTSP's data analyst program.
Thank you, Mr. Audit. All right, I do have one last question here before we proceed with our second speaker. This is about one question. What advice or guidance does Wawiwa provide to individuals aspiring to enter the tech industry, particularly those from non-tech backgrounds or underrepresented groups?
Good question. So Wawiwa made it its mission to reskill the world to tech. And that means a lot to us, and I hope that to you too. The way that we think about it is that technology is transforming the world. And it's transforming the world by the fact that it's transforming every industry and every profession. So if you're not yet in tech, or you're not using enough technology in your job, you're more likely to be transformed by technology. So we recommend everybody to upskill and reskill to tech jobs in high demand. And that will help you improve your life, as President Segundo mentioned, because in tech, there's a lot of need for talent. There's a lot of jobs that are unfilled and are waiting for tech talent. And people in tech usually earn more than people that are in other industries. And even in other industries, there are tech jobs that power those industries. So our recommendation to everybody is get familiar with tech. You don't need to have previous experience in tech in order to become a tech professional. What Wawiwa programs do is exactly that. They take people even with no experience and they transform them into job-ready professionals in the tech industry. But it doesn't end there. With the fast progress of technology, as President Zygmundo mentioned, you have to keep up to date with technology all the time to stay competitive and relevant in your job and in your industry and to make progress in your career. So Wawiwa provides also upskilling programs in order to take people from where they are to the best in class, to the industry standard. And the data analyst program is one such example. Think about all of us, we all used Excel one time or another, but the Excel skills, the advanced Excel skills that you'll get during the data analyst program will bring you to the top level of Excel users. You'll be able to do magic with Excel that you haven't been able to do before. And with AI, the same. So my recommendation and Wawiwa's belief is get into tech and always keep your knowledge and learning up to date for life, because lifelong learning is the key to remaining competitive in today's digital world.
Thank you. Very well said. It's about upskilling and reskilling. So I do hope we will be hearing a lot from you during our open forum. So thank you, Mr. Oded, for sharing your insight and expertise on how Wawiwa Tech help shapes our tech careers. Your knowledge and passion for this topic have truly enriched our understanding of the transformative role that this platform plays in the tech industry. We appreciate your time and valuable contribution to our discussion. So we'll be seeing you later, okay? Okay, how's everybody's doing? Can we proceed now to our second topic? It's getting a more excited. A lot of excitement we do have now. So our second topic is all about the importance of exploratory data analysis. So our second speaker is a formal data processor at Opinology with an expertise for turning raw data into meaningful insight. Her expertise in data management and analysis has made them an asset to the field. She was also the team lead data services at Survey Sampling International. She was also the research data analyst at Saber Sherpa Incorporated and the former senior data analyst at United Health Group, where she analyzed data to drive impactful decisions. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, a senior data analyst at Green Park Content. She is an experienced researcher with a demonstrated history of working in the research industry. Her skills in the data analysis and research have been fundamental in shaping her career. She is skilled in market research, data collection, survey design, quantitative research, and analytics, and strong information technology professional with an MBA focused on organizational behavior studies from University of San Carlos. Today, we are also grateful to have our second speaker who brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to our events. Ladies and gents, please welcome the Senior Data Analyst, Ms. Floreline Masamo. Ma'am?
Thank you, Sir Edwin. That was very wonderful, wonderful introduction. I hope I can give justice to that. Okay, so how do I share my screen? I don't think I have the control. Share screen. And I am now technologically challenged. Where is that one?
In the middle, in the bottom, Flora, you'll find a share screen button with an arrow.
All right. There, I got nervous. Oh my God.
Relax, Flora, relax.
Let's enjoy.
Yeah, okay.
Ma'am,
So I'm trying to
tayo lang to. Tayo lang.
Okay. There. So I need to do a presentation mode.
All right.
There. And I can see the chat, but yeah, I can still see you, see everyone.
All right. But you're good to go, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. So
Okay.
exploratory data analysis in projects. So, by the way, who among here is single? Speak up, speak up. My sister is
Raise,
looking for a
raise,
husband.
raise your hands.
Raise your feet. Anyways,
Raise your feet.
speaking of husband, who has heard about the 5 prospect wives and the 1 husband? So this is very common story nowadays, right? So story is serious everywhere, Korean novellas, so whatever. And this is very common nowadays. So let's start learning about these 5 wives and the husband. So next. There. So here's our first question. Where is EDA? So this is the first kind of wife. Now, where are you going? Where are you now? This is the kind of wife that is aware. So on a serious note, in DA flow, in the illustration here, I'm lost, wait. So it always starts with a problem. So a company will always have problems, and it's our responsibility as employees to take part of the solution, not to the problem, and not an addition to the problem, right? So then we start to collect information and explore the world about that information. That is where exploratory data analysis comes in. So in here, and with that EDA, we can get enriched data that we can show to everyone. Hey, this is our data, and this is what it's telling us. And remember, data don't lie. Take note of that. So then here, we're now in the stage of data analytics. Then now what? So that kind of wife, what are you doing now? So what's your lunch? So that is the sweet kind of wife. So what EDA really is. So the exploratory data analysis is a very crucial process of performing initial data investigations. It's initial. In order to discover patterns, identify anomalies, you can test hypotheses or just one hypotheses and assumptions with the use of business intelligence tools, the ones that you learned with Ms. N, the summary statistics, and the dashboard creation. So this is often considered the first step in any data analysis project, and it plays a pivotal role in transforming raw data into very meaningful insights in the company. So here, if we have couple goals, if we have company goals, if we have friendship goals, we also have EDA goals. So going back to the illustration, the goals of EDA are twofold. So first, we have to determine if there are any problems with your data set. You can do like Python, the R, the SQL, whatever. And then that's why you play with it. We play with our data, we look closely into it, and then in Bisaya term, atong bukikion atong data. Diba? So, right. And how? That is where your SQL learning comes in, your Python, you didn't learn R, right? And then you also had Excel. And next is to determine whether the question you are asking can be answered by the data that you have. Because if not, throw that data away. No, data is very expensive, so keep it. Keep it. You can still use it at a later time. Now, next. So here, the who and the when. So the who's within now, the when did you get there? These are the two kinds of vibes that are also annoying. But seriously, who among here was fortunate enough to start learning programming using these wonderful machines? The very bulky CPU with a floppy disk and then the bulky monitor. So yeah, don't be shy. I was also part of that. I started learning programming when in college with that kind of monitor. So there. So did you know that exploratory data analysis officially was developed back in the 1970s by John Turkey? It's the same scientist who coined the word bit. It's short for binary, not the Bitcoin. So you're thinking of the Bitcoin, so it's not. And next, the why kind of wife. So the kind of wife who keeps asking, why do you have to go to that party? Why do you always go home late? All right. There are kinds of wives like that. So hopefully you don't have that one. And then, so seriously, why do we do EDA and what's in it for decision making for the companies? So here, first off, it will let us understand the data landscape. So EDA helps analysts get acquainted with the data that they are working with, like fellow data analysts. If you will just keep looking into the data, understanding it, we will be able. Of course, you're trying to understand it, so you will be able to understand it, and it provides an overview of the characteristics, like the structure, like is it tabular form, is it snowflake, whatever. There are actually different kinds of data structure, but the easiest one to deal with is the tabular form. So we have like sets of columns and rows, and the size would depend, like it depends on what data set you have. Like you can have in the real world, you have like biology data, you have chemistry data, like in Trinishi, you have your customer data, you have your sales data and stuff like that. You have the dimension and the distribution. The distribution is more about is it normal data set or abnormal? If it's abnormal in a sense that it doesn't follow really the standardized set of data, like it has a lot of outliers and whatnot. Then next we have this pattern identification. So through EDA, we can uncover relationships again. So relationships, even data has relationships. So yeah, it could be like your what do you call that? Your insurance data. If you are like in True Life, you have True Life, you have AXA Life, whatever. So you have your membership data. It will be tied up. It has a relationship with another data set, like the claims, and you have to tie it up. So you will know the personal information of this member with the claims that they have to tie up with the claims, what claims has he or she has been into, so stuff like that. So and then you can see patterns, whether this person has been going to the doctor how many times a month, how many times a year, something like that. Who is this expensive member who keeps going to the doctor even without reason of like sickness or whatever. So you can see that. And then trends within the data. So these patterns can offer valuable insights into factors influencing the subject of the analysis. And then the next one is you can do data quality assessment. So when you're looking at the data, you're looking at your monitor with this set of tabular data form. And then when you, by the first time that you see it, it's like your assumptions or your initial questions would be, what is this data all about? What can I expect with this data? So at least you would be informed on what kind of data is it. Is it like sales data? Is it health data? Is it chemistry data? Whatever. So through EDA or the exploratory data analysis, we'll be able to recognize data quality issues such as the missing values. So there could be like a column that is empty when in the questionnaire or in the if it's a survey data. So in the questionnaire, it has something like fill this in, or this is not an optional field. And then you can see that it's missing. So the question for you as data analyst would be like, how would I deal with these missing values? Do I have to fill it in like a filler like 0, or if it's qualitative data, you can fill in not applicable, something like that. Then you have outliers. Outliers could be like maybe your mean or your average age for this set of group is around 18 to 24 ages. And then there's this someone who is 56 years old joining in your data. So that's an outlier, right? So like is not part of the usual data set that you have. So what will you do with it? And this is very normal that you can see it. And then there are also inconsistencies. So inconsistencies like the question could be talking about the favorite food, but then the answer is going to a resort. So like it's not consistent with what is it all about. So how do you deal with it? That's the question for the data analyst. And then addressing these issues is vital for ensuring the reliability of subsequent analysis and decision making. Take note of that. Next one. So there's hypothesis generation. So with the use of EDA, you can formulate your own hypothesis before looking at the data. And your goal is to look into the data to verify whether your hypothesis is right or not. And if it's right. So what will you do if it's not right, or the data doesn't explain your hypothesis? So maybe you can reformulate your hypothesis later on. So this will guide us further investigation and experimentation. So next, it can lead us to data-driven strategy. So companies nowadays are not anymore being more unconscious. Sorry about that. There's construction on the next block. Can you hear that? Yeah, so there. So EDA drives the development of data-driven strategies and business plans. So we're all data-driven, like your CTOs, your CEOs, and then your COOs, they're now data-driven. Like they look into what the data is telling them before they can make decisions. And then decision makers can adjust their approaches based on the insights gathered from that data. And lastly, we have performance evaluation. So EDA provides benchmarks and KPIs. KPIs are very important, right? Key performance indicators. So it will determine your success of this campaign or the success of this operational strategy, something like that. So it allows the decision makers to assess the effectiveness of ongoing initiatives and make necessary adjustments later. So here is one of my favorite lines since I entered into corporate world. And this is the positive version of this very common quote. So if you measure it, it will improve. So anything that you can measure, data is always measurable, right? So with the help of your data, you can always improve any process that you have. So we're doing EDA, so you're doing your job. Good job. Congratulations. So next, this is the most awaited part, knowing the husband of the EDA. So the how, the letter H. So it always starts with data collection. Remember the illustration earlier? You have your input, which is the raw data. So you start data collection, and then you gather all the available data and from various data sources. So remember when you first start your project with Miss N, you should always, or you needed to have an access with a data set that you have, that you're working with. So that's the start. And then you have data investigation. So this is examining the data set structure. So remember the columns and the rows. And then what are your observations? What are these sets of variables? So you have to understand it so that you will be able to provide your own insights later on. And then if this format is really suitable for analysis or not. So that's one of the questions as well. Next is, if you have, after you understand your data, so you need to do the data cleaning if there is. And by experience, data is always not clean, really not clean. That's why we are here. So data quality issues, including duplicates. So what will you do with duplicates? So it's like, it could be two rows with the same, really the similar information. So what will you do with that? So the usual thing to do is to really take off one of them. So take out duplicates. And then missing values. So as I explained earlier, what will you do with the missing values? Whether fill it up with zeros or NA or whatever. That makes sense. And outliers. So the extreme values, how to deal with it. Usually in practice, we will take them out. And these are challenges in performing EDA. So cleaning the data guarantees the accuracy and integrity of subsequent analysis. So next one, we can do data transformations. So large data sets wherein we are actually, people unconsciously create large data sets. Like you don't know the smartphone you're holding, it creates data sets for you unknowingly. And then the Fitbit you're using, the smartwatches you're using, the laptop you're using, whatever. So they are making overwhelming sets of data, and it's a challenge to visualize and analyze that data. So that's one of the big thing for a data analyst. So thus, performing data transformations like standardization, log scaling, I think you know this, or data normalization to make the data more suitable for analysis or modeling, especially when dealing with skewed, like all the mean ages for the people are like the Gen Z, wherein there's just one or two seniors. So how you deal with that. And then so these are the skew data. So you have to distribute that, or like do standardizations and normalizations. And then here's this data summarization. So you have your data, you understood your data, you have cleaned your data, you have transformed them. Now, next step is the data summarization. You have to make a summary, right? So that you will be able to understand. So calculating descriptive statistics of the basic ones, which are the mean, median, standard deviation, the quartiles, there's even percentiles, quantiles for the numerical values, and then frequency distribution table for the categorical variables, so that we will be able to understand what are these sets of data that you're dealing with. And lastly, we have to do data visualization. So you can create a story out of your data. Stories are not just for some people creating stories out of their head. It's also about creating stories out of your data. So what your data is telling you, what the data is trying to imply to the world. So something like that. So this will give us insights into distribution, into relationships and patterns. So visualization makes it easier to spot trends. So one of the things that a data analyst can do is that when you're first looking at the data, you can do all the visualizations that you can imagine for as long as you understand the data, or vice versa. You have to do visualizations so that you will understand the data. You can do scatter plot, and then you can see that there's this one point above here that is an outlier. So you will understand that your data has an outlier. So there, we have learned EDA and the 5 prospect wives and the 1 very elusive husband. So what's in it in our projects? We are working, right? We're not just doing this for nothing. So for data projects, if it has no importance at all, so maybe let's just go home. let's not waste time. So here, the reinforcing of the importance of EDA in data projects. So first off is the project efficiency. So by addressing data quality issues and refining project objectives through EDA, the overall efficiency of the projects improved, reducing wasted resources and efforts. So data will also tell you like who is the person that is not really profitable, or like we have our timesheets, right? Or I'm not sure if you have timesheets, but in some companies we have timesheets. Specific to my company, we have timesheets, and then we do analysis of that timesheet, and then we will see that this person is not really contributing enough profit to the company. So what will we do with it? Do we have to give him more work? And the last resort would be, do we have to fire this person? And hopefully not. So like that. And then there's data-driven innovation. So EDA can lead to the discovery of innovative solutions and approaches that drives project success beyond initial expectations. So with the help of our data, in the data-driven world, data is very important for our innovation. Then there's competitive advantage. So since EDA uncovers unique opportunities that competitors may overlook, so it allows organizations to gain competitive advantage in the respective fields of specialization. So especially in the world of marketing, or like the marketing side of the company. So I think Sir Oded mentioned this part of the marketing. So it's very important to understand your competition, right? Like the competitors, and see that what are they focusing into? Or like, for example, this telco company is focusing on more of the health, which is unusual. And then technology, of course, in telco is technology, and they're also focusing on education. So that's one of the tie up of the different niche. So like creating your niche and understanding what your competitors are into, what niche they are, so that it's whether you can grab their niche or you can create your own niche, something like that. And then there's improved communication. So with the EDA results conveyed through clear visualizations, you have to like make your visuals clear, and then facilitate effective communication with stakeholders. So the process promotes alignment in goals, engagement between parties, and support throughout the project. So since you have all those visuals already created and specified and crafted well, creatively, this is for your audience. It depends actually on who your audience is, whether you have internal or external audience. So you have to craft it according to that. And then lastly, so in summary, EDA is a significant driver for project success. It empowers decision makers It enhances data quality. It optimizes resources, making your resources maximize them. And then it mitigates risks. It looks into your what are the risks of using this method or like going into this solution, something like that. And it fosters innovation. So most of the companies, especially nowadays in technology, innovation is very important. So a thorough and well-executed EDA sets the stage for the entire data project, leading to more effective and successful outcomes. So now I want to leave you with this line of thought. And as mentioned by Sir Oded earlier, information is the oil of the 21st century, and analytics or data analysis is the combustion engine. So relate, right? We're in the engineering world. So yeah, that's it. And then have a good day, everyone. So questions, I think, I'm not sure if we still have time or it will be later. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Floor. Maybe we could have some questions at the open forum, I guess.
Yeah.
But if anybody would like to ask a question, you may please do so by chatting your question in the chat box, please. Then we can reserve that one during our discussion for the Q&A. Is someone chatted or any? Do we have? Okay, I'm checking it right now. Anyway, let's move on. Thank you, Ms. Floraline, for your informative and engaging discussion on the importance of exploratory data analysis. Of course, your insight have shed light to the critical role of ADA plays in uncovering valuable insight from data. We appreciate your expertise also in the clarity with which you presented this valuable topic. We will discuss this one later during the Q&A. Thank you. So, are we still okay? I hope so, everybody. All right, let's proceed with our last topic for this open day. And we are very much excited to have this. It's about the tools used for the Data Analyst program. And I'm really excited to introduce our next speaker. It is with great admiration and enthusiasm that we introduce our distinguished instructor for our data analytics program. She is not just an educator, but a trailblazer and visionary in the field of data analytics, bringing a wealth of experience and expertise to inspire our future data analysts. Here's the glimpse into the extraordinary journey that our third speaker has embarked upon. With an illustrious career spanning more than a decade in the data analytics field, including research engineering, she has slipped into the heart of data, unlocking its hidden potential to drive a transformative insights. Her remarkable ability to contextualize complex data within the business landscape has earned her the esteemed title of subject matter expert. This unique skill set bridges to the gap between raw data and meaningful understanding, benefiting both internal and external stakeholders. Her toolbox is nothing short of impressive as she navigates the world of data analytics with proficiency in various tools such as SQL, BigQuery, Domo, Excel, and Python. Her versatility ensures she is equipped to tackle diverse analytical challenges. Of course, academically accomplished, she holds a Bachelor of Science degree in pure mathematics from the renowned University of the Philippines, Cebu. Her strong foundation in mathematics is a testament to her analytic prowess and problem-solving abilities. Today, we are not just privileged, but honored to have her as our guiding light for our aspiring data analyst. Her commitment to excellence, her passion for data, and her dedication to empowering the next generation make her an inspiring presence. As she steps into the virtual spotlight, we invite you all to join us in giving a resounding and warm virtual welcome, the Data Privacy Senior Data Analyst of TrustArc and the current instructor of Data Analyst Program of TTSP Tech Center. Let's all welcome Ms. Marianelle Itume Orlane. Ms. N, the virtual stage is yours to inspire and empower the future data analyst.
That was kind of lengthy, sir. Thank you, Sir Pat, for that very impressive, powerful, I don't know what adjective to use on your introduction, but I would be expecting a more lengthy one in our future engagement, just like, for instance, 3 pages back-to-back introduction. You know,
I'll
that's
make that
really very
overnight introduction, huh?
that's really impressive. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
let me share my screen first. Just want to make sure that I'm not sharing my email. Hold on for a second. Just let me know if you're viewing the data analysis tools.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, there you go. Okay, just a disclaimer, I had to make a last minute change in my speech because the first two speakers, their speech is kind of lengthy, kind of long, so I had to cut my speech shorter than the allocated time given to me. Okay. All right, so how's everyone doing? Nagmata pa mo? Mata pa? Wala nanagad na ko. Okay, smile guys, relax. All right, so hi everyone who's in the call right now, and thank you for joining the TTSP's Open Day today, as we will be talking about more on the most common tools for the data analysis program offered by TTSP in partnership with Wawiwa Tech. Wawiwa Tech. Okay, so as previously discussed earlier by our compelling speaker Floor, that was really intuitive, buntit, and very informative at the same time. So EDA, guys, will not be possible without the use of tools to perform such process. Okay, my lecture or my talk will be kind of serious, but let's make it fun as we move along. Okay. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask at the end of the session. Okay. And do not ask me pure math related questions, guys. I graduated a long time ago. Okay. All right. So hold on. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about data analyst program, data analytics and stuff like that, but we haven't defined yet what is a data analyst. So a data analyst plays a crucial role in turning data into actionable insights that drive informed decision making. The analyst will closely work with and collaborate with cross-functional teams to extract, analyze, and visualize data, providing valuable information that shapes our strategies and improves our operations. So question, who is a data analyst? The answer would be me, you, and anybody from the group who can analyze, who can interpret, and who can visualize their data. Okay. So what will you be learning in this whole course? So we have 4 tools that we will be talking about in the entire course. So first is MS SQL, then we have MS Excel, then Power BI and Python programming. So first, we have the mighty SQL. So SQL is a very remarkable memory. It has a very remarkable memory as it stores vast amounts of data. This is coming from your secret recipes at your home down to your entire company's databases. SQL stores every details of it. And it's like, for me, it's like a magical diary that never forgets, sort of like that. And it's used, and it is used for accessing, cleaning, and analyzing data that is stored in each of your databases. It is very easy to learn for me personally. It is employed by the world's largest companies to solve incredibly and challenging problems. So in this module, we will be covering the following topics right here. Tables and joins, nested queries, scalar functions, common table expressions, so we call it CTEs. And the last one is stored procedures. Okay, so once you use SQL, you'll be able to, or you will be ready to embark your journey to data adventures. All right. Second is MS Excel. So this is the superpower MS Excel. So I'm not sure if anybody here in the group doesn't know Excel. I bet everyone knows what Excel is. So Excel is a software program produced by Microsoft that allows users to organize, format, and calculate data with formulas using a spreadsheet system. I call it a trustworthy sidekick for all things that are numeric. However, it doesn't stop at numbers alone. It is also a canvas of your data artistry by transforming dull spreadsheets into colorful ones and insightful visuals that tells the story of the data. So in this module, we will be talking about spreadsheets, slicers, dynamic dashboards, and pivot tables. So something that would excite everyone here in the group. All right. And my screen froze. Ta-da. There you go. So the third module, third on the list, is our data storyteller, the Power BI. So Microsoft Power BI, it's a business intelligence platform that provides users with tools for aggregating, analyzing, visualizing, and sharing data. So its UI is fairly intuitive. So it's just, if you're familiar with Excel, Power BI is also intuitive. It brings numbers to life and empowers to make data-driven and data-informed decisions. So with Power BI, it's not just crunching numbers, guys, but you're painting vibrant data portraits at the same time. So in this module, we will learn how to do advanced data preparation. We will also be doing data modeling, data filtering, and dynamic data visualization also. Ooh, I'm down to the last tool. So last but not the least, it's our creative key to the digital world. It's Python. So the problem solver, Python. Python is always ready to help you bring your creative ideas to the life of world of digitalization. So according to Dr. Google, I actually searched this online. Python is a general purpose interpreted high-level programming language popularly used for website development, data analytics, and automation. For me, I call it a time saver because it can automate repetitive tasks. It will save you hours of work. So if you have tasks that are unvaried, I would recommend you use Python. And in addition to that, Python also fuels innovation. Whether you have a new app being invented, if you're into artificial intelligence exploration, or if you're engaged into robotics processes, Python is your creative playground. So in this module, we will be learning the basics and fundamentals of Python, groups and aggregation, integrating SQL and Excel, and visualization. So just sharing with you some of the insights the first cohort had. They said that it really takes some time to process Python, but nevertheless, they were able to really, I don't know what term to use, but they're really performing very well. Yeah. So in summary, the essence of these tools, having SQL as the foundation, Excel as your comfortable workspace, Power BI as your canvas, and Python as the creative key to the digital world. So when combined together, for me, it creates a harmonious and captivating data ecosystem. And we're down to our last slide. It's Q&A. So back to you, Sir Pat. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Anne.
You're smiling. I don't know what to say anymore.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Ms. Anne, for enlightening us regarding the discussion about the tools used with the Data Analyst program. So we'll be engaging more during our open forum. So everyone, I think please prepare your question and answer, and kindly I'll make some time to shift gears and embrace the interactive part of our session with an open forum and Q&A. So here's how we're going to take this session as productive and engaging as possible. So your question, please feel free to ask anything related to Data Analyst program, whether it's about course content, career guidance, or the skills required for success. And if you do have a question or comment, please use the virtual raise hand features. Our moderators will give you the floor to ask your question directly. And then to accommodate as many questions as possible, we kindly ask that you keep your question concise, to the point, and to point specifically to whom the question addressed to and to our speakers. All right. So do we have from our participants? Kindly raise your hand. We do have 52 participants as of this moment. Or if you are a bit shy of having the using the microphone, you can chat your questions and you can address to our through your question. Everybody? Okay. I think there's a questions here. I don't know, it is with our speaker. So first question is, I would really love anybody from our speaker would like to answer this one. Next is, how diverse are the applications of data analytics? Like it is that encompassing where it is applicable practically in every organization where data is a major decision driver. Again, I repeat the question. How diverse are the application of data analytics? Like it is that encompassing where it is applicable practically in every organization where data is a major decision driver. Anybody from our speaker, please?
I can
Oded?
take it. Sure. So
Oded?
I
I was
think
about to volunteer you.
there's no more diverse tech job role than data analyst. Think about, just your household, like our role as parents, for example. We have the budget of the house. How much money are we spending on education, on food, on accommodation, etc.? And we make decisions based on our salaries and our expenses, etc. We need data in order to conduct our everyday life. And the same goes for our profession. I'm in marketing. I use data all day long. How much budget do I get from my manager? Where do I spend my budget? On online campaigns or on exhibitions or on video production? If you're a finance manager, you're responsible for all of the finances of the organization. And you need to take a look at each department. What does it cost base look like? How much are the salaries? How much are the offices? How much is the software licenses, etc.? There's absolutely no role today in today's digital economy that does not involve data. So this program gives you superpowers in data analytics that are helpful in either your existing role, which can take you forward in order to create informed decision-making in your existing role because you definitely use data in your role, or it gives you a completely new profession that you're able to apply to, which is in high demand in the Philippines and around the world, which is a data analyst. A lot of companies produce a lot of digital data and they sit on this data, and there are not enough people, talented people like Anne, like Flora, who can take this data, analyze it, and make informed decisions so that the enterprise can grow, can increase its profits, etc. So the role of a data analyst is in much demand in today's economy, and this program will also equip you to this entry-level job of data analyst. Very diverse.
Very diverse. Thank you, Mr. Oded. And there's another question here from our chat box. Please, I think I would like our instructor to answer this one, Miss Anne. There's a question from,
I hate you.
what do you need to possess for you to be, what do you need to possess for you to be called effective data analyst?
Okay, the funny side of me would answer that you need to have charm and wit. But yes, the funny side of me. But on a serious note, if you are into data and if you like logic, or if you are into logic and numbers, then you can be an effective data analyst. And if you are also curious and critical in thinking, or if you are critical in things like you don't stop questioning until you get the final answer, then you can be an effective data analyst. But then, of course, you need to be charming and witty at the same time. Yeah. Data analysis is already heavy, so I should be serious about it. So and that's the thing that I've been sharing to the whole group since day one, that data analysis is kind of tough. And you've been dealing with data almost every day. So what your attitude really matters also.
That really makes very effective data analyst. The charm.
I'm not sure if I've answered the question, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's another question here from Frederick. For Industry 4.0, how AI interacts with data analysts. Can you give some examples? Mr. Audit?
Sure. So Industry 4.0 is essentially artificial intelligence and the current technology revolution. I think President Zygmundo related to it in his speech. AI is everywhere. AI is built and trained on data, on immense amounts of data that was used in order to train modules. So AI essentially is the statistical relations between pieces of data, between words and bits and bytes. And in the data driven world, in this AI driven world, there's huge usage for data, both for building AI and training AI modules with existing data, but also with using the tools that were trained in order to analyze data of specific organizations and make informed decisions faster and better. And in the data analyst program, we do the latter. So we'll teach you how to use Excel and Power BI, but also AI tools in order to collect data and analyze data and present data in an insightful manner. And as we mentioned in the previous question, it's related to every profession and to any industry, especially given the current Web 4.0 or AI revolution.
Thank you, Mr. Oded. And there's a very interesting question from our participants, from Ms. Edeza. Is it possible for someone like me to make a transition from teaching to data analytics? According to her, is it possible for someone like me to make a transition from teaching to data analytics?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
can I answer that? Yes, I will
yes,
answer
please
that.
go.
Yes, like I said earlier, anybody can be an analyst as long as you have the charm and the wit again. Yes. So we will not be limiting ourselves to just you are doing this and you're only doing that and you're not capable of doing some other things. If you are interested and if you are curious about the outside world, why not? Anybody can be a data analyst.
All right, good answer. Okay, here's another question from Mr. Rafi Kosip. What's the best strategy you can advise in order to transform the current workforce into a data-driven culture, or someone use data analytics in their work? How can we effectively reskill them to align with the current technology needs? Again, I would like to repeat the questions. What's the best strategy you can advise in order to transform the current workforce into a data-driven culture, or someone use data analytics in their work? How can we effectively reskill them to align with the current technology needs?
Did I take it, or maybe President Zygmundo wants to tell us about how data impacts, for example, TTSP as an organization?
Sir Jun?
Thank you very much, Oded, for passing the ball. Yeah, I'm very much impressed with the conversation. Yeah, actually, there are so many ways, and to my modest and humble opinion, I am very much convinced that data right now is the new fuel or the new oil. And however, we have to think that anybody can be an analyst as long as we are inquisitive. We continue to search for the better way, and data can only become meaningful and profound if this could be properly processed. Data, when processed, this will become meaningful information. And I know that data analysts, decades ago, there are so many data analysts already, but more into manual analysis. But with the advent of technology, technology should be our enabler, and we should not be enslaved by technology. And I fully agree that Odette mentioned about AI, but AI is basically within the confines of frameworks on data itself. No? Even machine learning, machines become more intelligent, but because it's also learning coming from the various data sets that it absorbed. But definitely we need a lot of capable and competent data analysts in the future to make our job easier. And easier doesn't have to be that easy, but how to make it better. So it impacts TTSP, like for example, well, in the near future, we would like to rehabilitate how are we going to use our design input, for example. If I may explain that any business operational process starts from input, process, and output. And quality may be preserved not only on the end part, but could be from the beginning part. So we are always saying start right, make good in between, so that we can ensure quality at the end. Therefore, we should not only focus on the midstream, but we can even apply data analytics from the very, very source of quality, which is input side. So that's basically my take on the question.
Thank you, sir. All right, can we have one last question here from Mr. Julius Macion? Is data analyst considered as an entry-level role open for anyone interested? Again, is data analyst considered as an entry-level role open for anyone interested?
Yes. So the answer is yes. And as we mentioned, our entire focus is to reskill people with no experience, like the teacher that we had in the previous question and from other professions, to this job role of data analyst in the tech industry. And it's an entry-level job. Of course, like with any job, you need to come prepared, you need to come knowledgeable, you need to come witty and charming, like Anne mentioned, but you also need to come with hands-on experience to show that you have a hands-on experience. And many of you might ask yourself, but it's going to be our first training program. How would we have hands-on experience? And the answer is our program includes so much hands-on training, so many exercises, a final project that you'll work on, and you'll build your own portfolio during the program, so that when you come to interviews for this entry-level job, you'll be able to show what you've done with data, and you'll be able to experiment your expertise and knowledge in how to do things right on when you get the job. So yes, it's both an entry-level job and an upgrade to any existing job.
Thank you. Can we have one last question? This will be the last from Sir Ernest Paul P. De Los Santos, but I would like to encourage everyone to throw the question after our announcement. I do hope that you will be throwing questions to all of us, because you will be part of our program. But to end the question and answer, is database management related to data analysis, and how to implement data analytics to a job like IT technician in school? Okay.
What was the question
Okay,
again?
I would like to repeat the question. Is database management related to data analysis, and how to implement data analytics to a job like IT technician in a school?
So, for example,
Anybody from the group? Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask Ms. Flor?
Yeah,
Before the flower floor?
Yes, I was supposed to.
Oo, naka-smile lang siya eh.
Yeah, because
Before.
yeah, yeah, I will answer that one. I actually want to answer earlier, but it's like you said it, so okay. What was it again? I'm so sorry. So database management is part of data analysis.
And how to implement data analytics to a job like IT technician in a school.
In a school. So yeah, a data analyst is very broad, right? So like we have data analysts, we have data engineers, we have data architects and data scientists. They all well belong or blend to the very broad scope of data analysis. That's the data analytics flow. And then maintaining a database or like database management, like in any company, is one crucial thing that a data analyst can do. It could be a data analyst who can do it, or a data engineer, and it could be started by a data architect. It depends on the structure of the organization. So if an organization is already large scale into research, they have all these positions at hand. But sometimes when the company is a startup, they can start with database engineers or data analysts. A data analyst is can actually do all these stuffs, like in small scale companies. But yes, that's one role of the data analyst, to maintain databases. And then how can you do it as a data technician in schools? Like you mean the training? So like how can you train someone like a student to do like the technicalities of a data analyst? So actually right now, like nowadays, there are a lot of other small companies, or even like like Mr. Audit has. So they have this special courses about data analytics, and sometimes they are also like affiliated with, or like IT courses. IT majors now in universities are already taught about how to deal with data analytics. It's like it's an application. It's one of the applications of an IT specialist, or like an IT in the IT course. So, and even engineering, what do you call that? Even ECEs, engineers, whatever, like especially allowing or integrating the what do you call that, the digital world into the teachings of the schools. They already taught how to deal with data. So I'm not sure if that answers the question, but yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so if they will still have a lot of questions, we will do having the announcement later so that they can address and they can send the questions to all of us. All right. So thank you for your active participation during our Data Analyst Program Open Forum. Your engagement and questions made this session truly valuable. So before that, we'll be having the Data Analyst Program attendees regarding their sharing. So please do watch our various clips.
Good day, everyone. I'm Jerome Elivado from Subeco 3. As we progress through the class, the theoretical knowledge seamlessly merges with practical application in a real-world case. The data revolution is here, and you have the chance to be at the forefront, shaping the future, and one data set at a time. And you can join to the second cohorts. And let's continue to empower ourselves and also the others with the incredible world of the data analytics. Thank you to my very supportive classmates, and special thanks to our beautiful and very humble mentor. Thank you, everyone.
Friends, ladies and gentlemen, today I am thrilled to share with you my exciting journey. A journey offered by my data analytics course. In a world driven by data, this I can say: the knowledge and skills we acquired in this field are nothing short of transformative. In this modern era, we are experiencing an unprecedented onslaught of information. The sheer volume of data can sometimes seem overwhelming and even threatening. It is indeed a vast ocean of information. Without data analytics, there's no way for us to navigate this vast ocean of news. This is the beauty of data analytics. Friends, in our society, flooded with data, beneath them are actually myriad of beauties. Beauties that can only be unraveled through data analytics. It transforms numbers into wonderful stories, data into meaningful perspectives. Another spellbinding aspect of data analytics is its ability to uncover hidden trends and patterns within this data labyrinth. What may appear as noise and chaos on the surface actually conceals profound insights and underlying narratives. Next that I must mention is the important role of the instructor. In this transformative journey, I must acknowledge the indispensable role of the instructor. The artful competence in living with wit and humor are instrumental in making the attention of all her students engaged with the lesson. Her ability to take complex concepts, making them approachable, even enjoyable, was truly exceptional.
All right, that was the first cohort of the TTSP Tech Center. As we draw the curtains of this virtual open day for our data analyst program, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce a figure who's been instrumental in making this event a success. He will offer some closing thoughts and reflection on this open day. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Noel Lauron for the wrap-up. Sir?
Okay, thank you, Edwin. Oh, kumusta? How is everyone? How
Buhay
was
pa,
the
sir.
How does data analytics transform us? Are we ready to be a data analyst? Okay, this is Noel Lauron, the part of the first cohort. And I am really thankful to the experts from ODED who bring us this program, the JET program, or the Job Effective Training Methodology from Israel. And we are proud to say that we are the lone partner in the Philippines that is in Cebu, Buanoy, Balamban, Cebu, the TTSP Tech. And as I know, Odid shared the great quote that data is the new oil, and seconded by the president's message that if we are inquisitive and we will process the data properly, this will means the data will become meaningful. And with the expert trainer from SQL, Excel, Power BI, these are the tools that we will be learning. There are a lot of modules for this, and it has been taught as I have experienced like a grade 1 So some person are questioning if I am from teaching, I am can be transformed into a data analyst, and the answer is yes. That is based on my experience because I am a Gen X and I am a digital migrant. Also meaning I am not well versed with the technology. But as Sir Oded Israeli said, that artificial intelligence is really there anywhere. So I am into handshaking with AI. My deficiencies will be fulfilled with AI with the use also of the knowledge I learned about data analytics. And then here comes the expert as a data analyst from Ms. Floralin, the EDA or the exploratory data analysis, which is vital for the project success, from understanding the data landscape, identification of patterns, and assessing the data quality. This is very precious, the quality of the data or the integrity of the data. This is the first job of a data analyst, to ensure integrity. Because whatever patterns we had, if we cannot trust the data, all is not good. So from Surgeon's Mrs., if the input is not good, you cannot expect a good output. So grab this opportunity to be upskilled or even reskilled with our second cohort, which will start, the enrollment is going on, which will start on October 16, and the class schedule from Monday to Friday, except holidays. This is a 3 session per week, 3 hours per session, and we're expected to do the completion on April 14. What our competitive advantage with the other provider is that we are proud again that we have a globally recognized provider and partner from Wawiwa Tech Israel. We have this attested and reliable training methodology, the JET program. And this JET program had been deployed in 12 countries such as the UK, Canada, Ecuador, France, and Romania, Portugal, Morocco, Australia, and the Asian countries, Japan, Sri Lanka, and of course, the Philippines in Cebu, Buanoy, Balamban, the TTSP Tech. This is a 6 months completion learning program, 250 hours at 9 hours per week. And it is a flexible and convenient. This is delivered online and hybrid, and an instructor-led program. This is our competitive advantage and why our certificate is internationally recognized. We are a certified, after the completion, Wawiwa certified data analyst. So why start now? To inquire us, enroll us, be ahead of others, reserve a seat now, because we are only maximizing 20 persons in a class to help the students be monitored like a grade 1 student on the tools used as a data analyst. Contact us, Engineer Buntilaw, with the numbers, kindly key in or take a photo, Engineer Noel Lauron, or email us on our info@TTSP Tech Center, jonesitech.com. I am willing to receive all your emails and inquiry, extended inquiry from our open day session. Thank you and good afternoon. Back to you, Edwin.
Thank you, Sir Noel. So everyone, it is indeed an opportunity.
Edwin, you are muted. Edwin.
We can't hear you, sir.
While Edwin fixes the technical issues, does anybody else has any questions that we can answer? Please put them in the chat and we'll be happy to answer. Also in the chat.
Yeah, I'm good now. Can you hear me?
Okay.
I am
Yes.
sorry. Okay. We're just very overwhelmed with the announcement for the second cohort. That's October 16, right? So it is indeed an opportunity for all of us to continue what we have started today. And we will be seeing you all on October 16, 2023. But please, before that, please do what's the ABP for the acknowledgement announcement for your reverence. Gino? All right. So we are thanking our partners, Wawiwa and the Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and then the Cebu IT BPM organization. Thank you. So a huge thank you to our remarkable president, Sir Hismundi Exaltacion Jr., sir, and also to our phenomenal speakers, the amazing Mr. Oded, the very smart Miss Floraline, and the brain and beautiful Miss Anne, as well as our dedicated organizers, TTSP Tech Center. You've made this virtual open day data analyst program a resounding success. So to our enthusiastic participants, we will be seeing you on October 16. So it will be, your curiosity and engagements have been truly inspiring. So we will be continue doing that. So if you do have a lot of questions, Sir Noel already given you all the emails and contact numbers. And please do approach us because we know that we will be seeing you on October 16, 2023. So as we close this chapter again, we welcome everyone to take the next step in your data analytics journey as enrollees in our program. Again, as our enrollees in our program. Thank you all for joining us today. And remember, your future in data analytics and the adventure begins right here, right now in TTSP Tech Center. Let us all start the class on October 16, 2023 and see you all.